Alive and alert on the north side of the dirt. It is your man D Real coming at you with another Be Real with D Real, where edutainment is what I do, and we'll be edutaining on a historical aspect of T'Challa, the Black Panther. Now, before we get off into that history, I need y'all to do what you always do for me. Comment, like, subscribe, and share to the Be Real with D Real page so that when new material comes out, you get first crack at it. If you're digging what a brother shoveling, put some dirt in my bucket. Comment, like, subscribe, and share to the page. Now, we know that T'Challa has a rich and storied history, unlike a lot of people over at Marvel Studios and Disney who just want to piecemeal that history into something that it isn't. We all know that T'Challa's first appearance in comics ever was in the pages of Fantastic Four number 52. How epic a movie would that have been if we had a Fantastic Four in the MCU, and instead of introducing T'Challa, the Black Panther, in Captain America Civil War, why not introduce him in a Fantastic Four movie? That would have been more in line with T'Challa's canon and arguably a more interesting story and definitely a better utilization of Claw. Now, what I want to get at here is T'Challa in the Avengers. Do we know the events and circumstances that led up to T'Challa being a member of the Avengers? Well, I guess I can share that with you, man. It all took place right here in the pages of Avengers number 52. This was T'Challa's first appearance in an Avengers comic book. It was also the first appearance of this chromatically challenged villain, the Grim Reaper. Green, red, blue, purple. That don't match, homie. When we pick up this story, we see T'Challa with a half-face mask. A couple of issues later, he goes back to a full-face mask on the roof of Avengers Mansion. He's trying to access it because no one's letting him in. He has already been vouched for by Captain America, whom he assisted on a previous adventure in Wakanda, which occurred in the pages of Tales of Suspense. Tales of Suspense is an old comic book from the 50s and 60s. Used to show a lot of monster stories, but picked up a dual story scheme in it where Captain America and Iron Man shared the same comic, and one half of the comic was Captain America's story, and the other half of the comic was Iron Man's story. And they alternated which one was first and second, which I thought was really cool. Issues 97 through 99 featured a story where Captain America and T'Challa teamed up, and at that point, Captain America had recommended T'Challa for membership in the Avengers. And here he is, showing up at Avengers Mansion, first day on the job. And he's dealing with the world-famous Avengers security countermeasures, shall we say. Doesn't seem like he's having too much of a problem dealing with it. And still isn't having too much of a problem. Even trapped in that tube, he's not having a problem. He's scheming on how he can get out of it. Even in this early of an appearance, T'Challa has always been a thinker. He's not one to act rashly or jump off the hook and do some crazy stuff. And lo and behold, he finds the Avengers dead. He's checking the pulse. He doesn't have a pulse, but his senses have picked up someone in the room with a fancy gun. That is freckle-faced Jasper Sitwell, boy genius, and agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. Shame they took Jasper Sitwell and turned him into in the MCU. And we don't pay a lot of attention to it because Jasper Sitwell is kind of a side character, but Jasper Sitwell in Captain America was Latinx. That was strange. Anyway, Sitwell's got the drop on T'Challa. T'Challa could easily dodge whatever Sitwell shot at him, but T'Challa wants to get to the bottom of this just like Sitwell does. Unfortunately, look at that. When there's a black man doing something, look how fast the police show up. Even when it's a superhero, man, the police are like, hey, what, who? Black who? Oh, yeah. And they got the heavy duty guns. Check that out. Look at that gun. That does not look like police issue. That look like some stuff that to hurt somebody. And bear in mind, this is the 60s. We had not came to the conclusion that T'Challa sitting around all this vibranium. Why doesn't he put it in his uniform? Good question. I don't know why either. Let's move on. This is the 60s, so there are plenty of inconsistencies and things in need of a retcon. He takes off his mask. You know why he takes off his mask? Because he is the king of the Wakandas. And I think this is the first time ever anyone has referred to T'Challa as T'Charlie. That is something that Ben Grimm will do for many years to come. Meanwhile, my man is up against the wall. Why they got him? Well, he's trying to get in a room, but the meeting room is locked. We'll find out why the meeting room is locked later. But it looked like he's up against the wall. Like, you know, they told him, get against the wall. And who is this? I don't know who this Natasha is, but she had an Avengers priority card, and nobody questions one of those. Of course, we know that this Natasha is none other than Natasha Romanoff, aka the Black Widow. Yeah, at the time, she was dating Hawkeye. And so she's like, oh my goodness, she's freaking out. That is not the stoic leader of the Avengers at one point that we are used to seeing. This is an early stage in her development. But question, if Black Widow was in the Red Room and got her training in the Red Room, you're digging what I'm shoveling, right? Would she be balling like a little... Yeah, that part. Meanwhile, T'Challa's in the police car going downtown. He said, it was meant for me to be thought the Avengers killer. Of that I'm certain. Must think things through before I make my move. There you go. Again, always the thinking man superhero. And the Avengers react to it in a way you would expect them to. They're dead and my newfound friend believed guilty? Look how that dude's up against the wall, man. Cap be laying mugs out, don't he? And Thor grieving. Sad. Special edition of the Daily Bugle. And here's the guy that did it, the Grim Reaper, color challenged Grim Reaper. And he killed him. Yep, he sure did. Sort of. And he flies to event. He's recounting the events that took place only moments before T'Challa and Jasper Sitwell arrived. I'm gonna blow a hole in the wall and I'm gonna step to the Avengers and I'm gonna let them know that I'm here for vengeance. Vengeance? Vengeance on who? What in the world? Why is this color challenge guy in our mansion trying to fight us? And he's swinging that scythe with deadly purpose. And it even shoots stuff. Look at that. Electric beams. I guess that sounds like electricity. Sure, let's go with that. And here's Goliath stepping into the fray to grab the Grim Reaper. See, that's why you don't wear capes. Oh, he's going to punch him with a big giant fist. I'd love to see that. Unfortunately, my man's got a propeller. It spins. Who came up with this guy? And it also works like a shield, a la when Thor spins his hammer to block things. Again. That's cool. Goliath shrank to avoid a shot. That means he can shrink and grow pretty quickly if he can shrink quickly enough to dodge someone shooting at him. And he's pressing a button on his side. That is never good when heroes have, when villains have a variety of buttons to press. Told you. Even the Wasp. And that is how the Grim Reaper did what he did. Why did he do what he did? Because all the way back in Avengers issue number 9, the Avengers faced a fella by the name of Wonder Man, who would later become their ally. But he was poisoned because he turned on the guy, Baron Zemo was the one who gave Wonder Man his powers. He also put a failsafe in there that if you ever try to do something slick, that's what's going to happen to you. And lo and behold, that's what happened to him. But look here, he know what happened because Simon Williams, Wonder Man, is the brother of the Grim Reaper. So that's where the vengeance comes from, y'all. And his scythe is able to restore the damage that he did to the mansion. It even replaced the wall that he blew a hole in. I chalk it up to the 60s. And here we are down at the station. We're going to book him. Wait, we can't book him. If he's an African prince, the UN has to do it. The distraction T'Challa was looking for. I'm out. Peace. They said he moves like greased lightning. No, he moves like a panther. Hey, the guy that killed the Avengers is on the roof. They know his name now. And there they are, being terrible shots like they always are. And look at that leap. He's jumping towards the next building. No, he's jumping towards the next building. He looks like a real panther. Duh. And he made it. Didn't he? Yes. Now he's got to go. They think the man who murdered the Avengers is escaping, but T'Challa's on the job. You ever notice how black superheroes initially aren't taken at face value? I wonder why. And look here. The Grim Reaper has been in Avengers Mansion the whole time. And T'Challa doing his best impression of Spider-Man, has caught him. Well, he's discovered it and pounces on him just like his namesake and tosses him like a rag doll. But he's getting up. Takes more than that to bring down the color-challenged Grim Reaper. Miss me. He's chopping up stuff, making, hey, how come T'Challa doesn't have any eyeballs? Look, no eyeballs. And his eyes are brown. Are his eyes closed? Yeah, let's say his eyes are closed. And he's trying to explain to the Grim Reaper that there's no reason for this vengeance. It was Zemo who killed your brother, and your brother died saving the Avengers. And like they always do, they go crazy. You lie, lies, lies, lies. Oh, he shot T'Challa in the shoulder. See, no vibranium weave. He's just got to depend on his speed and strength. Got T'Challa where I want him. He's going to kill all the Avengers. He said, you're going to precede them all in death. All? But I saw you killed them. Nah. There he goes monologuing. Nope. You saw what I wanted you to see. They aren't actually dead. My scythe did it. And Black Panther's like, say less, bro. And just like in true 60s fashion, he fell on his own blade. But T'Challa's like, I'll come back and help him. I got to help the Avengers. Hey, you got to make those kind of choices. Save this guy in front of me or save the Avengers. Because if they stay in that state too long, yes, they will truly die. So he's breaking back into the police station with a bum shoulder. Let's keep that in mind too. Oh, he used it to swing in. And the police are like, okay, he's heading for the room the Avengers are in. Why are the Avengers dead in the police station? Oh, it's a hospital. My bad. And he breaks into the morgue. Maybe a precursor to being King of the Dead. Haha, see what I did there? And they're shooting at him while he's restoring the Avengers. And look what happened. Hey, slow down, y'all. We're live. But never mind all that. This black man has gone out of his way to save these white heroes. The least you can do is just be quiet and be pent up on the wall there. Later, after the Panther explains itself and tells them what he did for them, if I ever get mitts on that sickle swinging creep, he wasn't as injured as they thought, or as T'Challa thought. Meanwhile, T'Challa, son of T'Chaka, welcome to the Avengers. Now we're back to fighting strength again. I shall always strive to be worthy of him whom I replace. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the story of how T'Challa became a member of the Avengers. Y'all enjoy that story? Was that edutaining enough for you? Drop it in the comments. And as always, I will be coming at you with another one of them other ones. And until I do, y'all be good. Be good to each other.